All right, guys, we're here in the Kleen-Rite training lab, and we have Jason from Dosatron. They came in today to give us a great show and tell of the Dosatron unit. You guys know that I love this thing. We're putting it on all the equipment we send out of here, and we figured this was a great time to get Jason to explain to us how this unit works so you guys can see it on this great, clear demonstration.
Great, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, so the water comes in on the right side, activates this piston or water motor. As the flow travels through it, it activates it and drives up and down. Connected to it is a little plunger, which acts like a syringe to draw the liquid out of your concentrated barrel or bucket, and it automatically blends it with the water as it goes out into the applicator. That's really it.
Jason, do I need a pump to supply water pressure to this?
No, actually it's water activated, and your municipal supply or your town supply is enough water pressure to activate this. So no pump is required.
So when you're saying that the chemical is actually drawn like a syringe, is it drawing chemical on the up and the downstroke, or is it just one or the other?
Good question. Yeah, it's on the upstroke. So when this is traveling up, that's the draw, fills this lower chamber, and on the down, it's displacing using a positive displacement principle to actually squeeze what's in here into this mixing chamber as it exits to go to the application.
Fantastic. The bottom chamber here, this is our metering chamber, correct?
Correct.
How does that work, and how can the folks out there dial that in to get the mixture that they want?
Good question. Yeah. So basically, this is it's a three cylinder system, which basically allow you to dial in with infinite adjustability from the min to the max, which allows you to set a rate, lock it down, take a look at the result, and if it's not to your liking, you can loosen this collar and begin adjusting the metering of dilution, whether it's a little bit leaner or a little bit stronger, depending on what you see on the car.
And that change is pretty much instantaneous. As soon as you start changing that metering stem, we're going to see that change out in the bay as well.
Within just a moment, yes.
We're not waiting for a tank to flush out or anything like that. We can, as I like to say, we can change this on the fly to get the best show for our customers right away.
That's correct.
Walk me through some of the things that I might run into after I've had this installed for a while.
Great. So some things that you can expect would be over a period of time, the lower rubber parts may wear a little bit. The biggest indicator of wear would be your concentration at the applicator begins to drift downward. So if you're running at 100:1 and now you're not getting that 100:1 look, you go here and you dial it into 105:1 and you're still not getting it, there could be some wear down the lower seals, and we just go through and we rekit it 10 minutes.
So basically I would just shut the water off, pull this bottom section apart, break that down, essentially change some O-rings in there, put that back together, and I'm back up and running.
That's correct, yes.
Fantastic. I always say that the top button here is a great way to bleed this unit out and actually kind of start to prime some of the action. Is that actually how you can do that efficiently?
Yes. So this is what we call an air bleed button, which allows you to do two things. Number one, when you first start this, it'll allow you to burp the air out. As you can see, there's a little air in there now. It allows you to burp the air out. Air will eventually travel out. So it's one of those things where it does allow the air to escape. The second reason for this button is when you shut the thing down and you need to pull it offline to do service, it allows you to release the pressure if you don't have a relief valve.
Okay,
so
perfect.
That's the other purpose for that.
Jason, I can hear this unit clicking as it's stroking up and down. Can you explain to me what that clicking actually is? And will that change as the flow characteristics within the unit change?
Absolutely, yeah. So because it's volumetric, what that means is as volume travels through the chamber, the piston will cycle based on the actual volume. So if you've got one bay going, it may run at this speed. If you have two bays, it may speed up, 3 bays, etc. But then as you ramp back down, it will automatically slow down in its cycle, however, maintaining that proportionality of chemistry to water, no matter what that speed is or what the application flow is.
Yeah. So it would be safe to say that if you have some of these in your wash out there, if you're hearing that click pattern change, it doesn't mean we have a deficiency with the unit. It just means you're not busy enough.
Yeah.
Jason, can we take a minute, grab a unit, and we'll just break it down here on the table so everybody can see what the inside looks like?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome.
let's do it.
All right, Jason, we got a unit right here in front of us. If you can just walk me through, we had talked about changing the seals out and there being the check valve down on the bottom. Maybe let's just break this apart and you explain that to me.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, the way the system works is we have our adjustment handle here. Directly above where the hose attaches, there's a check valve. This check valve is what keeps the concentrate in the chamber, where the chamber can allow the plunger to displace that.
Yeah.
The check valve is very simple, and it's definitely something that you don't really have to service too much, but you can take it apart and clean it, inspect it, and whatnot.
Yeah. It almost looks like a plunger assembly for a solenoid.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very simple. So.
So the check valve holds the chemical within the metering stem itself, so it's accessible to the syringe plunger that you were saying. Mm-hmm. And where's that at within this? How do we get to see that syringe plunger on this unit?
Yeah, so the plunger is the part that's moving as the flow travels through the unit. And so this plunger is attached to the piston. So this plunger is the syringe-like item that actually has a seal, a sliding seal that actually creates suction on the upstroke. The seal closes, it actually opens, and allows displacement to squeeze the liquid that's in the chamber straight into the lower end where the injection and blending begins before it goes to the applicator.
And you said that this is one of the wear items that over time, if you start to see, I believe you called it drift, right. This is going to be that one item that we want to look at right away. Now, I noticed when you took this piece out, you twisted it in a fashion.
Yeah, so it's got a T-type connector here that has a corresponding connector on the bottom of the actual water motor. So it twists in, that's what locks it in, and now
wow, I can feel the air pressure coming out of there as you do that. How slick. So this locks into the actual drive up top, and then this is just riding up and down in this solution chamber, right, pulling our chemical into the mixing chamber itself. Fantastic. How simplistic is that to get the best and most critical down to the minute scale of chemical dosing? I guess that's why they call it Dosatron. Jason, just want to say thanks for your time and walking us through the Dosatron and how everything works. And to everybody out there, if you have any questions about Dosatron, seal kits, or how to get your chemicals applied the way they should be, give us a call here at Kleen-Rite and we'll get you fixed up.
Kleen-Rite.